Hey, welcome back, guys. So we're going to discuss the importance of story rapport and be able to frame it in a way that you can apply it into your selling process. So story rapport, similar to, you probably heard story selling or storytelling. Story rapport is you going in and being able to create the origins of your business while in a conversation with your client to be able to get them to realize you're just like them. Okay, we've all been at the point where we're starting our business and we're still trying to build up. So we understand the struggles. For you not to leverage what you've already been through with your client is a major disservice, not only to your client, but in the relationship that you could be building with the client. And the reason why you want to be able to use your story to be able to get them to buy in faster to you, right? And to the influence that you have with them and to be able to build that trust. So what you want to do, you can do this at the beginning of the call, or you can do this throughout the actual presentation. As you can see, one of our multiple closes down underneath in one of the other sections of this program. But we like to make sure that the client or the prospect understands we are just like them by explaining our origin story. Let me give you an example. Hey, I totally understand. In fact, what you're telling me now, I wasn't too far from not too long ago. It's funny because I really enjoy seeing the success that you've already cultivated thus far in your business. It shows me you're going to be a perfect fit for what we have to do to offer you. And this will be a very profitable relationship, but I have to let you know too. I remember starting from ground zero. I remember starting from the very bottom and having to still sell things in my house just to pay for gas in my car to be able to make it to the next appointment. So this way I can continue to grow my business. And there were some days where I almost didn't feel like it was gonna happen. There were some days where I felt like it was just gonna be too much and this was just out of my control. Would I be able to grow my business? All I knew is I didn't want to continue working for somebody else. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar to you? And this is when your prospect's gonna start jumping in and they're gonna say anything really, because when you phrase it at the end with, does that sound familiar? Or does that ever sound like you're in a similar position? It's such a broad question that they're gonna be able to just pinpoint anything in their memory that is anything similar to what you just said in your story. So they're immediately gonna say something like, yeah, I can actually kind of understand. And that's whenever you start to dive in more and you listen more. And you're gonna ask a question similar to, can you tell me more about that? In what way? How do you mean? And then they're going to continue to break down in detail how their story relates to yours. And now you've built that immediate rapport. And you can come back at the end when you're done listening to everything, just let them vent. Okay, let them get it all out on the table, because that's how you build the best relationships, whenever everything's out on the table and there's nothing to hide. That's authenticity. That builds immediate rapport and trust. And that's gonna get them to buy from you with a much shorter sales cycle. So after they do all of that, you're going to say, I completely agree with you. I had a feeling that this was going to be a profitable relationship because I knew from the get-go that we had a lot in common. Do you see how it's gonna build the immediate rapport? To be able to get them to understand that they're walking into this journey with somebody that's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So I want you guys to apply story rapport into your presentations, in which again, you can see examples of us sometimes dropping in a little story rapport into our presentation and live closes. But it's really important to understand that you use this when the time is right to be able to build up that rapport. And don't just use it at the beginning of the call like a lot of people do, or like you see on webinars, because sales is not linear in that way. Sales is its own journey. It bounces around, and you want to make sure that you can understand how to take control, so this way it doesn't bounce out of control. So hope this helps. Apply it, and I'll see you in the next video.